All right. It's happening. Hello. Oh, you should introduce yourself first.
Yeah. Hi, everybody. I'm allison8bit. I'm the current world record holder of this game. And join with me today is...
Ozmourn. I'm the former world record holder of this game.
Let's go.
I had a 901 up until about a week ago, and then Allison got an 854.
The GOAT.
And so, yeah, the GOAT, of course. And to my left, we have...
I'm the former world record holder. I'm shovelclaws. I set up the leaderboard, so I got the first run, baby. Let's go.
Yeah.
I somehow grown these things. I don't know how. I'm blaming Hypnotics. Early platformer crew or something. I don't know.
Apparently so. And then to our right.
And I am Quacksilver, and as you might expect, I am the future world record holder.
Yeah, let's go.
All of us on stage are really scared right now, but it's okay. We'll manage, I think.
Of course. But yeah, this is Skator Gator 3D. It's a wonderful indie platformer / skating game where you play as a little gator. And we are going to mention several times that it is $5 on Steam.
It's $5 on Steam. It's a bite-sized platformer. Pun is not intended. I promise.
It's not. You can beat this in it's like an hour. Learn the speedrun the same day.
Yeah,
it's great.
It's great. It's very tiny.
But before we begin, we do have the bid war.
Yeah, we have the skin bid war.
Absolutely. In the #1 space, we have Cherry Cola. And in #2, we have Sunny G.
Do we want to?
I'll be Sunny G.
Okay, Ozmourn's biased here. Sunny G is like his favorite.
Do we have Sunny D fans in the house?
Don't cheer for that. Come on.
All right.
All right, I guess it's time for us to get started.
Yeah, I'm as ready as I'll ever be. So,
all right,
does the crowd want to help us count down? Yeah! Let's go. Starting at 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go!
Good luck, runners.
Let's go.
Thank you.
Yeah, so this is Skator Gator 3D. You can't have a skating game without skating. That's our arch nemesis, main antagonist of the game, Trader Gator, because we got to get the deed to our swamp back. I say this game is split up into 2 segments. First are these rail grinding sections, which we'll talk about in a little bit because they're coming out of the first one. And then we have these free roam 3D platforming sections. These are pretty straightforward. Sunny D and Cherry Cola, I had a bit where I was going to say the one name, but they decided to throw me a curveball, can jump around, dash, and that's kind of it. But it's a small but pretty powerful toolkit. And then the skating is just mashing X to make sure you do these tricks to dash forward. Really simple, but honestly quite a powerful moveset.
But that is not all. We do have a fair amount of advanced speed tech. For instance, coming up in this next 3D platforming section is probably the only beneficial glitch in the Skator Gator run.
Beneficial.
Yeah, which is a trick known as teledashing. There are these boost panels on the ground that both runners are coming up to in the open 3D platforming sections. If you pause as you land on the boost panel, your speed is continuously
Oh my god,
added.
the simultaneous was so sick.
Photo finish on
that
level
was
2
so
there.
good.
But yeah, so as you saw, you just pause on the boost panels and you zip forward an impressive distance. It is capped to a certain amount of distance. You can't just skip entire levels that way, but it is very useful. We'll be seeing it in several levels throughout this run.
This one's an example. We're coming up on the hardest one. How teledashes work is during the pause screen, it actually just constantly adds the speed that the boost panels give you at first, which is a lot of speed. So in like 3 frames, it caps out completely. We saw Ozmourn hit it, but Allison did not, and so Allie will be taking the safe route, just going the full distance. So hey, you get to see both. And now in Sundown Duel, this is an auto-scroller. There are 3 boss levels. 2 of them are auto-scrollers, and the other two are wait, I said the same thing twice. 2 of them are auto-scrollers, and one of them we can impact, but it's at the end of the run. So this is this is a good time for maybe 20 seconds of donations.
Absolutely. And I have a $50 donation from Diamond, who says, thanks for all your effort to bring Skator Gator to AGDQ. Keep on keeping it green, and good luck with the run.
That's a dev, by the way.
Yeah, that's a dev. Dayman is great. He follows me on Twitter for some reason, and it's terrifying. But yeah.
Shout outs to supportive devs.
Yes.
The devs of this game are great. We actually found teledashing in the demo of this game for Steam Next Fest, and they ended up keeping it in the full game because they were like, wait, this tech is sick. So like huge shout outs to Weathered Sweater. They're an all black owned company, and again, this game is only $5. And so go pick it up, play it in an afternoon, 100% complete it, whatever.
All right. Almost finishing up this level right here. And hopefully we can get like a sub 40. No, we're not going to get a sub 40, but it's fine. We'll get a 40. Oh, yeah, it's good.
This race is dangerously close so far because this race comes down almost entirely to the last 2 levels because they're really hard.
Yeah. And you can see like anytime that we go to like a rail grinding section, none of the rail grinding sections have like checkpoints, and so every time that happens, you have to, if you mess up or die on a rail grinding section, you have to start the whole section all over, which is probably the biggest source of time loss in any run.
Yeah. Also, we have a new friend joining us.
Yeah.
Ooh, you accidentally menued to the main menu.
It's fine.
Well, as Ozmourn restarts, a shocking ally, we can talk about eels. Eels are a gator's best friend. I've often heard it said.
Yeah, many have said.
In this game, eels are, you can see a little timer appear at the bottom of the runner's screens, the countdown timer for how long the eel stays with you. Eels both act as a shield for incoming attacks, as it lets you dash through them, as well as shooting out a small projectile when you swap lanes on a rail grinding section, which will become massively important much later in the run.
Shout out to the end of a shocking ally over there on Ali's screen. That is like one of the hardest movement sequences in the game. The fastest you can do it is by jumping between those flamethrowers, but it's really hard. So most of the time it just damage boosts them. And then here in a Twilight Town, we will see the first of a few this isn't the first, but this is the first we've mentioned, the dev-intended shortcut in this level. There are staff and challenge times in each of these stages. They're really fun. Shout out to Damon, who also set all of those staff and challenges times. But in Twilight Town, we'll just bounce across the gap with a tire, which will bounce us up a little bit. And it cuts off like a huge U-turn in the stage. It saves like 30-something seconds. It's the only way you're beating that staff time, so you're welcome.
Yeah, and as you saw Ozmourn get that tire skip there, we might as well also talk about super jumps, as is the case in so many games that give you both a dash and a jump. When you combine them, good things happen. In Skator Gator, if you dash and chain a jump directly out of it, you get a little bit of extra speed and a little bit of extra height, which is going to come up huge in the last couple of levels, as there are a couple of very tight 3D platforming sections that we need just that little bit of extra oomph on.
Yeah, exactly. Also, you saw it there used on Ali's screen quite a lot with those roof jumps in this stage. It's really fun. Oh, the nice thing about this part is that you can just retry teledashes because they're all on the same thing. Don't die.
There we go.
There we go. Okay, saved.
It's fine. The checkpoint's right here.
Yeah. And now Ali's on the second boss level. Again, this one is just an auto-scroller. I guess it's worth mentioning that there are a ton of like rail obstacles, way more than in the 3D platforming section. So we gotta just be careful of those. Otherwise, it's a pretty simple, just standard route. So we have more time for donations.
And I have more donations. We have $100 from Anonymous, who says trans rights less than 3.
Of course, trans rights. More?
Yes, we have $50 from Artifice, who says more AGDQ. And we have a couple of things for more AGDQ. Currently, we have the bonus clock tower stage for Castlevania 3. That is 55% of the way there. And we are so close to 800K, we can continue pushing that while getting there during this run.
All right. After Sundown Duel, Sundown Duel was our first boss fight. It was Fight Till the Night, and now it's nighttime. Whee! Nighttime will be introducing a brand new move. Wow.
Yeah, as everyone knows, if you don't feed your gator after midnight or get it wet, I think, it grows wings. Wings are a single-use double jump that you can stack in your inventory. So for instance, on Ali's screen, you can see she's got 3 of them. There is a bit of an unfortunate interaction that our runners will need to be careful of. As is the case in many platformers, we have coyote time in this game, where for a few frames after you leave the ground, the game considers you to still be legally grounded to make the platforming a little bit smoother. But there is an interaction where if you are in coyote time and jump while you have a wing in your inventory, it is sometimes deducted. So our runners are carefully managing their wing counts for some of the difficult tricks in these late night levels.
Yeah, you're about to see one here in Pollution Panic on Ali's screen. She will be carrying all of these wings straight through this next rail section, and then there's a teledash, weirdly, that brings you back after you hit it. It's very strange. We don't really understand why it happens.
Oh, it ate my wing. Dang it.
Unfortunate. You're gonna see it here on Allie's screen. Unlucky. It's a really tight timing window, so if Allie hit it, she would be pulled back weirdly, and she'd have to use the wings to save herself. But fortunately, it's fine. Allie is going to be entering the final level, but not the final boss. We do have a boss after this, the factory, and this has the hardest skip in the game. So if you think she's ahead by a level, it's not over till it's over.
Yeah, and the way this upcoming skip works is past the checkpoint on Allie's screen, we are going to grab a wing here and then teledash off of one of these boost panels. When you exit the teledash, you are in your coyote time. So we need a coyote jump out of this teledash. That's clean.
Oh,
well done,
nice.
Allie.
Okay, she hits the skip, but that's not where this run ends. I said last 2 levels earlier. So we'll see in the final boss just how it goes. But that was a really clean factory skip. That is not how the staff time beats this stage, but if you're like looking at the staff time, you're like, wow, that's the only way you can beat that stage. Also, that was a sick strat by on Oz's screen. He didn't have any wings to save himself during that teledash that pulls you back, like I was mentioning. So he just dashed and managed to make it. So that was sick. You can get some applause for that. I don't like giving Ozmourn credit for much, but you know.
Thank you.
We're all rooting for
I love you
Allie.
too, all right?
I love you, Ozmourn. Anyways, do you want to explain what's going on here, Quacksilver?
Yeah, so on Allie's screen, we are on the final boss fight against Skator Gator.
Time is coming up soon-ish.
Yeah, time will be
for
once
Allie.
either runner grabs the deed after the final boss, but we are going for a quick kill on Skator Gator using the eel. Like I mentioned, the eel shoots out a projectile when you swap lanes, so there is a very precise, very fast, especially right here at the beginning, strat where you swap lanes a bunch at specific times in order to get extra eel hits to kill Skator Gator before you go through an incredibly long casual path to finish the fight. The casual or intended path is multiple minutes slower, so it's faster to retry even several times. And it looks like Allie is through. If she
As long as
clicks the
Allie
engine.
doesn't die, it is faster to just... Oh, no! Oh, no! Okay, this race is
Wow, okay.
dead even now. Oh, no! Allie just unfortunately missed the rail swap. This is so much harder than it looks. I grinded this for like an hour after I beat the game once, and I didn't get it once. It took some real practice. But if you die or you miss a shot, that's over. It's over, and you have to restart the stage. So whoever manages to do the quick kill first wins this game, I think.
Oz might be through.
Oz
Final
might be
segment.
through. One more shot, but this last shot is actually really tricky too. Nice.
All
Oz
right,
gets
Oz
the
is
shot,
through.
but that's not time yet.
Yeah,
And
3, 2, 1,
Time for Ozmourn. Wow. Taking it at the last moment.
I thought that I accidentally exiting one of those levels completely screwed me over for the rest of the run.
No, it's actually really easy to do that. I do that all the time during runs, and unironically, that's one of the reasons I stopped running the game.
Right, Allie is through the first segment. Shot at redemption.
Let's go. Last shot.
Yeah, she's got it.
Let's
Beautiful.
go. You do have to jump over that boost pad too on the rails. So time in 3, 2, 1, go.
Time.
That was a super close
GG's.
place.
GG.
Took it at the last moment, Oz. Wow.
Beautiful. Yeah, that was an amazing race.
That was awesome.
I loved it.
11:07 and 11:42. So
Beautiful.
Very close.
Unfortunately, even if if we were to get like a PB and or world record in this game, we wouldn't know until like hours after the fact, because this runs in IGT, so someone would have to like go in and add up all the times for each level.
So if you want to do math at home on our runner's behalf,
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, any shout-outs? Get through it.
I think y'all should go first for the
Okay.
comms, and then we'll do our shout-outs.
Yeah, I mean, again, shout out to Weather for being really amazing devs and everyone in the community who runs this game. Again, this is $5. If this looked cute, this is a really, really easy speed game to pick up. We have a complete movement guide on SRC, including a bunch of GIFs to make sure you understand what we're talking about. But otherwise,
yeah, my one shout out is this: run indie games, speedrun indie games.
yes,
It's a wonderful
please
scene.
do.
Anywhere you look, there's an amazing speed game.
Yeah.
Kudos to that, yeah. And you want to do anything?
I stream all the time on Twitch. If you want to come hang out with me, I do all kinds of indie speedruns and other things as well. So
Yeah.
Shout out to Tori, by the way.
Of course.
Of course.
I don't stream on Twitch that often, like once in a blue moon. But I am pretty active on Twitter, and if you want to like learn any run that I show off,
They're friends now. Yay.
Yeah, they are. If you want to like learn any run that I know, then please DM me. I'm open to those. Otherwise, like, thank you so much to the back couch for being here.
Yeah, let's go.
All our friends.
All our friends.
And aside from
sequel baiting. Ooh.
yeah, aside from that, thank you so much to Weathered Sweater for being so supportive of the speedrunning community, and shout out to Damon. I know you're watching.
Yeah.
And aside from that, please buy this game. It is $5 on Steam, and it is honestly one of, if not the most accessible speedrun that I run and that I've ever seen. Like, it's $5. You can beat the game in an hour. You can learn the run in a day. And the only like real glitch of the run is like teledashing.
And I mean, honestly, you can play without teledashes and still get a very
an incredibly good time.
They don't save that much time.
Yeah. And aside from that, like this is just an amazing speedrun, and it's super exciting. And everything that we're doing is like on the latest patch of the game. You don't have to down patch or anything. You can just download the game and start speedrunning it right then and there.
Exactly.
And you would technically don't even have to download Live Split to do it, since everything's IGT.
We'll add up your times. We don't care.
Exactly.
One last shout out. I want to give a shout out to the soundtrack. I didn't catch who made it on the credits screen, unfortunately. But it's really good. Trust me.
Damon will correct us in this.
Damon will correct us. He corrects us all the time.
Of course. But yeah, that's all.
it.
I think that's it, right?
thanks for having us.
Of course. Thank you so much. It was amazing.